Boo! It's your boy Jimmy. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. Straight from y'all, street to Wall Street. Anybody tells you that money is the root of all evil doesn't have any. Whoa, no. Dude, wake up, get that girl hyped up just to get a little bit of only woman in the morning wanna turn on his Becky quick. While the average man's looking at curves like she fine as heck, I'm over here looking at tails and wicks like buy or sell. I left the chaos for the market. Nah, I don't want a street spot, I want a stock pick. I know the style got flair, trigger my stop losses, but I ain't got time for distractions. My Vivo with PFs crossing, rich with hot trades, I'm pushing hot keys, straight to G's and plans to make grand. Still in my tank top, Batman pajamas, house slides in about 5 hot picks of the day, cause I like the way the dial moves. For hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottom. Now I know some folks don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my Mac day? You see we're different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dogs, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, I grow at the market. Waking up with the future, stacking up some commas. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit, light up watching them candles, make profit, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. They used to watch me move dance, roll style. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Used to run from the ATF and the car. Now I run down ETF and make profit. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit. While watching them candles, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. See me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. He said today I'm taking the risk, they got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call the short squeeze. You get the drop, she pulls the trigger and shuts it down. If she stays on my watch list, I might have to keep her, but I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Go ahead, be bold. Trader, get your squad head. I'll double top that guy, head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over, cause I see big moves in contracts. If I say I made 1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, just why you get crossed, get split, get delisted and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, eat my bacon and eggs, light up watching them candles, while I'm still in my sandals. They used to watch me move them packs, bro, stop it. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq, profits. Used to run from the ATF and the cops. Now I run down ETFs. Hey, my plug that we don't trade. Right on what we do, man. Hey, Prada, Suge, Mike. What we doing, dog?
Make profit.
That TTG money gang. We making profit. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Man, there's really nothing like a nice intro song to get the blood flowing and to get us ready and excited for what is surely going to be a volatility-packed week. I expect wide trading ranges this week. I expect fast moves. I expect big moves. I expect lots of opportunity. It's Fed meeting. It is the Fed meeting this week. Wednesday, we're going to find out whether or not the Fed is going to be cutting rates by another 25 basis points. The markets widely expect them to cut by 25 basis points, but there are expected to be many dissents on the Fed, meaning that there are a lot of people that will not be voting for the rate cut. This is not expected to be a unanimous decision. And the likelihood of another rate cut to follow at the January meeting becomes largely in question. All right. So we have a lot to talk about. And I think that part of it has a lot to do with the volatility that I'm expecting in the markets this week. And everybody wants to know, we just had a really nice 5% rally from the middle of November up into, just this past Friday. And everybody kind of wants to know, is the Santa Claus rally going to be something that is going to continue into next year? Okay. Is it going to be something that's going to continue into next year? Well, let's talk about it, right? Let's discuss it, because I am beginning to put some of the meat and potatoes down for my market outlook report for 2026. Every year, members of True Trading Group receive my market outlook report, which is a very long, in-depth, thorough report. It takes me about 2 months to put together. And it's where it's basically me telling you what I think the markets are going to do next year, what sectors I think are going to perform best, what stocks I'm buying, what stocks I'm selling, what commodities I think are going to do well for us next year. And the goal there is really just to beat the S&P 500. That's the goal. And we've done that now the last 6 years running. We're 5 years running. This will be since we started doing these reports. And now we're hoping to make it number 6. So that report is going to be coming for all of our members of True Trading Group only. If you're just a YouTube viewer, I'm sorry. You guys are not going to be able to get that information. But if you are a member of True Trading Group, you guys will be getting that either the last week of December or the very first week of January. And of course, we're going to be discussing that Santa Claus rally, as the Santa Claus rally is the last 2 days of last 2 months of December, really going into the first 2 weeks, or I'm saying last 2 weeks of December into the first 2 weeks there of January. Okay. So lots to go over and lots to talk about. Welcome to the live stream, folks. I'm glad to have you all here with me on this Sunday evening. My name is Michael Edward Paranade. I go by Michael Edward. I am the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. I'm thrilled to have you guys with us tonight. True Trading Group exists literally to help you learn faster, trade smarter, and profit sooner. It's exactly what we're going to do tonight on this live stream. Of course, we're very proud to be partnered with and to be powered by our partners over at the Nasdaq, Benzinga, OpenAI, TradingView, DataBento, and of course, Unusual Whales. You guys see True Trading Group is an award-winning fintech platform. We received the 2024 Benzinga Fintech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. We're up for we were a finalist for 3 awards here for this year for 2025. This is a platform that's built on education, that's backed by experience, strategies that are proven by success, and tools that actually think, and every single part of it built around and customized for you, the individual user. No matter who you are, what you trade, how much money you have, or how much experience you have or don't, TTG exists to help you guys to make money. That's exactly what we're going to do here. All right. Hope you guys are ready to roll your sleeves up tonight, get down to business. If this is your very first time, okay, this is your very first time joining us here tonight, I actually have something to show you guys. Speaking of tools, okay. Speaking of tools, I want you guys to pull something up. All right, I'll do that also myself. So speaking of tools, you guys can go to news.ttg.ai. This is a little bit of an experiment, okay? It's a beta test. It's a dry run. All right, not a finished product yet. Hence, it is free to all for now, members and non-members. All right, so let me switch up I can pull it up for you guys here as well. Here we go. So here you guys, oh, Brett's got it. Oh, I got it up on my screen too. So Brett's got it as well. So here you guys can see, this is the new TTG news feed. Okay. This is one of our brand new tools. It is a customized curated news feed here for True Trading Group that is completely integrated with our AI, where you guys will actually be able to get an AI summary of a particular piece of news. It's going to tell you whether or not that piece of news is bullish or bearish. It'll also give you a market impact score on how much of an impact this might have to move the markets or to move the individual stocks that are mentioned within those pieces of news. And there's also a trading insights. You also have a trading insights part of it. So if you guys were to click on one of those pieces of news, it will give you a summary. Okay, there you have it. So there you guys can see you have an AI summary, you have key points, and then you have trading insights, right? So that's what's really nice about this. The AI can go through, can take a piece of news, right? The AI can take a piece of news and then summarize it for you, give you all the key points, and then can also give you some trading insights depending on whether or not it is a particular piece of news around the overall markets, or if it is a piece of news on an individual stock or a particular sector. It'll also tag for you the ticker symbols that are included with it. All right, I'm going to take the screen. Okay, so here you guys can see, here is our news feed. Like I said, you guys can all go to this. You guys can all check this out. You guys can all go here. It's news.ttg.ai. Okay, news.ttg.ai. And you guys can go through that news feed. You can also, search for ticker symbols, search for news. All right, like you can type in NVIDIA if you want, and then everything that includes NVIDIA will pull up for you. And you'll see market impact, right? It'll tell you if it's bullish, if it's neutral, if it's a bearish piece of news, and it gives you a percentage, right? And you guys can go ahead. You can click on any of these. See how it has the ticker symbols tagged. So this article is about NVIDIA and Palantir. You can just click on it. And the one thing that you guys will notice, the very first time you click on a piece of news, it takes just see how it took a couple of seconds for the AI to just kind of analyze that for a moment, right? See how it took just a second. If you're the very first person to click on a piece of news, it's going to take maybe just a couple of seconds for the AI to go through and do the analysis. But then the second person and everybody therefore after that clicks on that piece of news, it'll populate within a split second. Okay. Right. So here you guys can see this article gives you AI summary, gives you key points, and then it gives you trading insights. Okay. So it can tell you kind of how it might impact the individual stocks or the markets. You can click to read the entire full article, or you can click to share the news on any one of your social medias. It'll be linked to your social media, so you can share it on X or Facebook or Reddit, whatever. You can just copy the link and put it somewhere else, and that's how you guys can go ahead. The really thing that I like that's really nice about this, not only do we have, not only is this thing pulling from over 100 real-time different sources, but I love the fact that it gives you the market impact score. It tells you whether it's bullish or bearish, and it gives you trading insights off of it as well. So again, this is a little experiment that we are doing. It's our brand new news feed. It's a beta test dry run, so you guys can go ahead. It's not necessarily a finished product here yet. We're going to maybe make some tweaks, and we're going to maybe add a couple of different things to it. But this is 100% totally free. You guys can go to news.ttg.ai, okay? You don't even need to enter your email. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's just a live feed. So just go to news.ttg.ai. It's totally free. It's for all of you. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to enter your email address, nothing. Just go to news.ttg.ai and enjoy. Okay. So there you guys have that nice, cool little tool that we have for you all. All right. And that is, like I said, that is for everybody. Okay. That is for everybody. Totally free. All right. So there we have that. Hope you guys enjoy that. Everybody loves free stuff, right? Everybody loves free stuff. Let me move this back on over here. All right. So like I said, I was talking to you guys about tools and everything else before, and there you guys go. Speaking of which, that is one of our new tools, and it's something that's free for all of you guys. Okay. James, we'll help you out right now, brother. James, maybe if you were reaching out to us on off hours, but James, you can reach out to us right now, brother. No problem. 1-888. Send us a text message, James. That is 1-888-621-2127. Again, that is 1-888-621-2127. Again, James, you can reach out, send us a text message. We'll help you out right now, brother. No problem whatsoever. All right. So there you guys go. There you have it. Okay. So there's some free stuff for you guys. Smash that like button, show some love, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're watching the live stream in real time. Make sure you see a red dot at the bottom left of your screen next to the word live. Right. Make sure you see a red dot next to the word live. Okay. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. If you're new to the channel, you're probably wondering who the hell is this guy and why should I care about anything he has to tell me about tonight? There's a reason why I think you guys should pay attention when I discuss on this channel. It's not because I claim to be the world's greatest trader. It is simply because I know my shit. No, I'm only kidding. No, I do. I've been doing this for nearly 2 decades. Began my career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. My first job out of college. I was trained by professionals on Wall Street, and they had me go through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the fund's money. And then shortly after that was 2008, and that was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash, and also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. You fast forward now, and I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. True Trading Group has over 10,000, I think now 11,000 members from 115 different countries. Truly a global community here, guys, at True Trading Group. We day trade, we swing trade, we cover long-term investing, we trade stocks, options, crypto, futures, you name it, we trade it. There's literally something for everybody here at True Trading Group. Okay? So hope you guys are ready to get down to business tonight. Hope you guys are excited for what I think is going to be a crazy week. I think there's going to be tons of volatility, and that just means money-making opportunities for us. So honestly, I hope you guys are geared up and hope you guys are excited to make some money this week. I feel like who couldn't use some extra money around the holidays, man? We just had, some record-breaking holiday sales figures from Cyber Monday and Black Friday and just over the weekend. And I'm sure a lot of you probably participated in that. So I'm sure that, having a couple, maybe an extra $500 or an extra $1,000 or an extra $2,000 or maybe $5,000, whatever it is, I'm sure some extra cash this week could go a long way this holiday season. And if you guys pay close attention, I'm going to give you my outlook for the week. I'm going to tell you what stocks I'm focused on. I'm giving you my watch list. I'm going to tell you what stocks that I am focused on. I'm going to tell you what prices I'm looking to get in them. And I'm going to tell you what prices I'm looking to get out of them. I'm literally going to lay out for you my entire game plan, how I plan on making money here for this week. All right. I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I don't come on after the fact and say, look at what I did. I come on prior to the fact and I tell you, look at what I am going to do. And I'm not going to be right all the time. I do have losing trades. Okay. I'm a human. I don't have 100% win rate, but the moderators and I collectively as a group, in True Trading Group, we have a win rate of just around 80% now, going on roughly the last 6 years. We track our entries, our take profits, our stop losses, every green, every red, every break-even trade. All of our transactions are right there, calculated and laid out and presented for each and every single one of you to see. We are fully transparent, complete open book here at True Trading Group. Okay. So Hope you guys are ready to make some money here this week. And that's really what this is all about, right? How many people on this live stream right now, how many people, just quick show of hands, type the number one if you guys feel a little stressed out with spending some extra money during the holidays. You guys felt maybe a little stressed out. Oh, I got to buy the gifts. I gotta get on the plane. I got to go visit this one. I got to go see my family for the holidays. I got to get gifts for this person and that person. And everybody's all kind of stressed out, right? Yeah, look, everyone's like, oh man, I'm stressed out. Well, I think this could be one of the most high impact opportunity weeks that we see before the end of the year. I do, because of the catalyst that we have with the Fed meeting. The Fed meeting on Wednesday, I think, is going to be the most important catalyst before we get into the end of the year. And we've got about 3 weeks left here in the year. And I think this is going to be the biggest one. I do. I think this is going to be the biggest week. The Fed meeting is Wednesday. We have job openings on Tuesday. And I think we're going to get a rate cut on Wednesday, but it's going to be a hawkish cut, which is going to insinuate that there's not another cut following. So right now, the markets have priced in that rate cut. So you do have a potential, if it's a hawkish cut and it kind of signals that there's no more cuts coming after this one, then you could have a situation where the markets run up to that all-time high, double top, and then pull back, which then starts to get people worried and start to jeopardize the Santa Claus rally, which I then would think that double top pullback would eventually find its footing, would then get bought back up, and then you would still move higher into year end and then into the early days of January. But I'm a little skeptical of that double top, and we're going to talk about it here right now. Okay. So what I think that I want to go through with you guys here first is the double top that we have on the overall markets. We have not quite got there yet. This is the spot. I don't have my futures up right now. Futures are basically flat. We're just trading at around 0.08% right now, green, 0.07, 0.08. So for all intents and purposes, we are flat. Okay. And after we had a really big test and hold, really key test and hold of a major support level down there in the low 650s, we shot back up to these all-time highs. And now this is where we kind of sit. And this is why I'm telling you, I'm a little cautious of a potential kind of buy the rumor, sell the news type of trade where the markets end up double topping. We get the rate cut, you pop through that all-time high, and then it kind of pulls back from there and you get stuck with a little bit of a double top. Pull back in, maybe reset back down against this previous resistance, maybe that structure support, and then eventually work your way back to the upside and get the Santa Claus rally. So I'm thinking we might get a little bit of a pop and then a pullback on the back of the rate cut, but then it's a hawkish rate cut, meaning there's no more rates coming, and then you get a little bit of a pullback here, and that's where you're going to get that really nice increase in volatility, and that's where you're going to get that money-making opportunities. Is why I'm telling you, if you felt stress at all over the holidays, I think this could be the week that you can alleviate a lot of that stress. That's what this is all about. This is all about making money. It's why you guys are here at 9 o'clock on a Sunday evening Eastern time. Depends on what time zone you're in. Obviously, we have members from all over the world, so I know there's a lot of people that are watching from all different places. But that's what this is all about. It's all about making money. It's why we do this. It's literally the point of why you are on this live stream. And that's what we do here at True Trading Group. It's what our members have been doing for years, what we're going to do again here this week. And don't just believe me because I say that. Listen to our members, listen to your peers, listen to people that are in your exact same shoes. Members of True Trading Group that are on this live stream. We got about almost 2,000 people that are with me right now. Those of you that are members, do me a favor and just type the number 1 in chat if you're making money with TTG's platform. If you are making money with this platform, I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. And anyone that's not a member, pay very close attention to how many people you see type the number 1. Because the people that you see type the number 1 are going to be friends, family members, coworkers. If they can do this, guys, so can you. Look at all these people typing the number 1 telling you that they're making money. And it's not because I'm the world's greatest trader. I'm a damn good one, but I'm not the world's greatest. It's the tools, it's the resources, it's the AI technology that we have on our platform. It's the AI charts. It's the Holy Grail tool. It's a level 3. It's Mari, which is our AI. Mari is our AI. That's the award-winning AI that received the 24 Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. That's Mari. That's the persona. MARI. Okay. These are the reasons why you're seeing this many people are telling you that they're making money with True Trading Group. Okay. It's the camaraderie, it's the community, it's the guidance from the moderators and the professional traders that we have at TTG. It's not just a chat room with trade alerts. Yes, we have a chat room. Yes, we have trade alerts. The moderators and I trade in front of you live. We share our screens. We tell you when we're getting in, when we're getting out. Before we actually get in and get out, you don't have to worry about chasing trade alerts. You guys know exactly what we're doing before we even do it. So if you're looking for just trade alerts in a chat room and all that kind of stuff, we have all of those things. But if you're looking for more, if you're looking for tools and resources that the average retail trader simply does not have access to, but could really use, if you're looking for tools and resources that professional traders and institutions that they have access to, that give them an edge, that allow them to make better decisions and make more money consistently and with more accuracy, then this platform is going to be for you. Okay. That's why all these people are sitting here telling you that they're typing number one, telling you that they're actually making money with this platform. These people that you saw typing number one, they're not luckier than you, and they sure as hell don't have more time than you. 82% of our members have a full-time job. 82% of them. We have everything from construction workers to teachers to police officers to accountants, mechanics, bakery owners, IT professionals, truck drivers that are driving 18-wheelers 12, 14 hours a day. If they can do this, then so can you. We have a mobile app that lets you stay connected to our platform, even if you're not in front of your computer. So just leave that app connected on your phone, and you guys get real-time push notifications whenever our moderators enter or exit positions. So you can follow along very easily with what we're doing during the day. How many people are on this live stream right now, real quick, that are not members of True Trading Group? You guys do me a favor, just type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Got about 2,000 people that are on the live with me right now. We got one member says, I started investing with TTG, made enough profits over time that I now have my own pizza store. So yes, 1,000% you make money with True Trading Group. That's incredible. Wow. So you took the profits you made with True Trading Group and you opened up a pizza store. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. All right, we got Clementine, we got Jeffrey, Peter, Mark, Mamu, Rog Mac, Julian, New York. Julian, you're speaking maybe you're a Mets fan, but I'm going to assume you're smarter than that. I do love pizza. I'm actually really happy that person just said they opened up a pizzeria. I gotta check it out. We got Steven. Yes, we have an options group. We trade options, we trade stocks, we trade crypto, we trade futures. We trade small caps, we trade mid caps, we trade large caps. We do it all. B Young, the free news link, B Young, was news.ttg.ai. Again, that is news.ttg.ai. It's totally free. You guys do not need to sign up for anything. You don't have to enter your email address. It's just totally free. Just pull it up and it's yours. Okay? Again, that's news.ttg.ai. All right, so listen, we have a lot of new faces that are on this live stream tonight. Let me maybe do something special for you guys. We got a lot of people here. We have, like I said, Clementine, Jeffrey, Peter. So we've got a lot of people here that are not members. You'd like to learn options? Mamu, we trade options every single day. How many, just real quick. Now let's say type the number 2. Type the number 2 if you're a member of True Trading Group and you guys are making money with us trading options. Type the number 2. So again, if you're a member of True Trading Group and you're making money trading options, type the number 2 in chat right now. So Mamu, yes, we have learning resources, of course. We have live workshops, live trainings, live mentorship. We have courses. We have quizzes. We have an entire AI that would actually can create customized courses for you. We can create flashcards for you. We have an entire learning system that's part of True Trading Group. Okay, so you're seeing all these people typing the number 2. These are members of True Trading Group that are telling you they're making money specifically with trading options. Okay, so now you're seeing all those people that are typing the number 2. Okay, so listen, those of you that are not members, I'll do something special for you guys. I was going to direct you to a sign up page, but instead we got a nice group of new viewers that are on here. Guys, here's what we can do. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, okay, I want you to send a text message. I've got something special for those of you specifically that are not members and are thinking about joining. Send a text message with your name, your first name. You don't have to give it, just your name, your email, and the word start. That's going to allow us to communicate back to you when you text us in. Name, email, and the word start. Text that to this phone number you see on the bottom of your screen. It's 1-888-621-2127. Again, it is 1-888-621-2127. Your name, your email, and the word start. Text that phone number, and I've got something special for those of you that are not members of True Trading. Okay, so those of you that just typed the letters TTG, go ahead and text that number now with your name, your email, and the word start. You're going to talk to a real person. You're actually going to be talking to my business partner, Adam, who's co-founder of True Trading Group as well. So you guys are going to be talking to a real person. All right, you're not going to be talking to some like automated answering service. All right, so just go ahead and text that number now. All right, excellent. Let's take things on over to the charts, and let's talk about this week. So I kind of already hinted to you guys what I'm thinking about. I think we're going to get a hawkish cut. Because the market has priced in the 25 basis point rate cut. So the only surprise that we could potentially have is if the Fed does not cut rates. That would be the one potential surprise. If they do cut, you're not going to surprise the market. Here's what I want to pay attention to. Here's what I want to listen for. Baked Fresh says TG is the best investment you can make as long as you guys are willing to learn. Smooth Brain says you want to change your life. This is the opportunity. Guys, listen. If you're considering joining True Trading Group or you're thinking about joining any community or platform, to be honest, even if it's not TTJ, I always suggest that people don't necessarily join because of what the person running the group says. Join because of what the people that are part of the group say. You can have someone that's the head of a group and tell you that everybody's making money, and they can say, look how much money that I made. Follow me, look how much money I made. When really you should be joining because other people that are members that were once in your exact same shoes and thought about joining, because they are telling you, look how much money I made. Not the person that's the head of the group. Okay. I love TTD. They're the best on what they have to offer. Thank you, One Sniper. I appreciate that very much. All right. So back on over to the charts. So here's your previous all-time high that was put in place there at the end of October. Then you had the little pullback into November. And then now you've recovered and we're back up to test those prior highs. We're still sitting up 0.08% on futures. So not really too much, going on. It's a pretty quiet overnight session so far with the futures that just opened up a couple hours ago. So two things that I'm listening for from Jerome Powell on Wednesday. Do they cut rates? Yes or no? If they don't cut rates, this market's going down. I would expect the market to drop back into the 670s that day. Literally that day, I would expect us to probably fall back into the low 670s, probably have like a 2% red day, something like that, if they did not cut rates. Because the markets have already priced it in about like 85 or 88% likelihood. So that would be a surprise. Markets would head down at that time. I think even if you get the rate cut, I am a little cautious of a lot of dissents, which are a lot of people that voted for no cut. And I think that you'll probably hear from Jerome Powell some hawkish tone that would insinuate that, okay, we're done now with our preemptive cuts, our risk management cuts. In order for them to cut further, they're going to need to either see a massive deterioration of the labor markets, which would mean it's no longer a preemptive cut. It would be a necessary, needed cut, or they're going to need to see inflation turn back over and roll back down into those mid to high twos. You got a good PCE number last week, which was nice. But then, you'll be looking at CPI numbers is really what they're going to want to, they use the PCE, but you really want to see that CPI number roll back down into the twos. So if they insinuate that there's no rate cut coming in January, and there might not be a rate cut coming for several months, I don't think the market's going to like that. I think the markets would take that as, okay, we're happy we got a rate cut now, but if we're not going to get a rate cut until the middle of next year, I don't think the markets are going to like that very much. And you could see a failed move at the all-time high, double top, and then pull it back from there. The one thing Jerome Powell could say that could change that is if he starts to talk about quantitative easing. The Fed stopped quantitative tightening on December 1st. Quantitative tightening is when they're reducing the size of their balance sheet. Okay. They are either selling off securities or they're letting certain securities mature and just kind of roll off their balance sheet. They're not expanding their balance sheet. They're not growing it. They're not buying. They're not injecting liquidity into the system. They're taking liquidity out of the system. That's quantitative tightening. That has been going on the last several years. That stopped December 1st. If he starts to insinuate that a form of quantitative easing could be coming, which is where the Federal Reserve, maybe they start to buy U.S. Treasuries. Maybe they start to buy mortgage-backed securities. Maybe they start to buy other instruments. That would be them then expanding the size of their balance sheet, which is them injecting liquidity into the system. Then I think the markets can continue to rally through that all-time high, because there's nothing that the market likes more than a Federal Reserve that is cutting rates and buying securities. And when I say securities, I'm not talking about stocks, but nothing that the markets like better than easy money. And easy money would be the Fed cutting interest rates and providing some form of quantitative easing, which is an injection of liquidity. Then I think the markets can continue to rally. That is the big thing I'm going to be paying attention to for that Wednesday when we have our Fed meeting. 2 o'clock is the rate cut decision, and then 2:30 is the press conference. The press conference is really when we're going to probably get a pretty good idea of where Jerome Powell stands on that kind of stuff. All right. So those are the things we have to pay the most attention to. If we get no mention of quantitative easing, I think it's rate cut and then hawkish rate cut, and the markets actually pull back a little bit. And everyone's like, oh no, is the Santa Claus rally canceled? And then it actually holds, and we actually work our way back up to the upside, and we do some price action, looks something that looks like this. Okay. If he says that they are doing a quantitative tightening, then I do think that the markets could take out that all-time high on that test. And we don't necessarily need to have the pullback into those 670s first before eventually bouncing back to the upside. Okay. But I still do maintain a bullish tone going into next year. I still don't believe we're going to have a recession or anything like that next year. I think you're going to have, a Federal Reserve that's going to be cutting rates. I'm not necessarily worried as much as some other people are that inflation is going to reaccelerate. I don't think inflation is going to reaccelerate. I think it's going to be sticky. I think it's going to be annoying, but I don't think it's going to reaccelerate. And we'll have to see how it all unfolds. And if inflation does not reaccelerate and it begins to work its way back to the downside, then that means that we can get more rate cuts going into next year, and then maybe another 2 more cuts after that for next year. Maybe another 2 more cuts next year, maybe 3. I think 3 might be a little optimistic, but I'd say maybe 2 more. Okay. And guys, listen, the link that Adam had posted, goes down in 5 minutes. Okay. The link that Adam posted, for those of you that sent the text message in, that link is going to be live for the next 5 minutes. Oh, look at Blessed Hot Mess. I love you. Blessed Hot Mess goes, I had to come on because while watching the live stream, I had to come on and tell anyone who wants to hear from members, I'm here to tell you, don't hesitate joining. Blessed Hot Mess. I hope you are doing well. Another one of our TGD fam, another one of our members. All right. So that's what I'm thinking about here, guys. The overall market support level for me, minor support 684, bigger support would be down there in the high 670s. Okay. Fernando, Bruce, Nas, and Jeffrey, this is your 5-minute warning. I told you guys we had something special for you, but it's not going to stay around forever. Fernando, Bruce, Nas, Jeffrey, 5-minute warning on that link that Adam had sent you. All right. All right. So those are what I'm thinking about there with regards to the overall market. So you guys are with me on that. Perfect. Great. Let's get to some individual stocks that we're going to be looking at here for this week. Here are the stocks that are going to start on my watch list this week. Now, my watch list will change, and we got to welcome James back home, guys. James used to be a member of True Trading Group. He has now come back home. So everybody welcome James back to TTG. It's a pleasure having you back. Okay. It is my pleasure to have you back, James. Welcome back to the family. Everybody welcome back, James. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Here's my stocks we're going to focus on to start off the week. Obviously, this list is going to change as the week goes on, but to start, here's what we're looking at. First up is going to be Wells Fargo. Now, listen, I have recently turned bullish on Wells Fargo about a year ago or so. I actually bought Wells Fargo around $60 in April. And the reason why I've turned bullish on Wells Fargo in the long term, well, first of all, you have what's going on with the yield curve. That's going to be good for banks. If you do not believe that there's going to be a recession, that would be better for banks. If there is a recession, bad for banks. If there's not, banks are fine. But this Wells Fargo specifically, in 2018, Wells Fargo was hit with an asset cap by the Federal Reserve as a punishment for a scandal they had where from the higher ups were pushing the lower bankers to open up a lot more new accounts. So what ended up happening was they started opening up multiple accounts in your name. They were opening up accounts in people's names without them realizing it. They were opening up dead people's accounts in dead people's names. It was a whole big disaster. So in 2018, they had an asset cap restriction placed on the bank. That asset cap restriction has now been lifted. So Wells Fargo is now going to be free to grow their assets over $2 trillion. I believe they were capped at 1.8 or 1.9 trillion. So now they're going to be able to now raise that. And that's bullish for the bank. If they can do that, that just means more money they have on their management, more money they can lend out, more interest they can earn, more money that they can make. You also have Basel III endgame. That's going to be happening also next year. That's going to be a tailwind, for the banks. So I like Wells Fargo. Stock just made a brand new all-time high last week, and we broke through a key resistance level that we had here in the high 80s. So see this nice flat top resistance? We held there for about a month, resistance around 88 and change. Well, now you broke through that, and when you broke through, we got a nice little increase in volume last week. So what I'm looking for here on Wells Fargo, any pullback on Wells Fargo back down into this like 89, 88 and a half, I'm looking for that to hold. So we're looking for a pullback on Wells Fargo into here and then continue higher to new all-time highs. So we're looking for drop back down into like 88 and a half, go long, stops around 87, look for the break to new all-time highs and push up into those low 90s and look for some follow through there on Wells Fargo. All right. That's Wells Fargo. Next up, a stock that I mentioned to you guys on 2 live streams ago or 2 Sundays ago was Target. And the move has triggered. A lot of our members have made a lot of money on this trade already, but I don't think this trade is finished yet. I think that Target has put in a little bit of a potential bottom. And there's a couple of reasons why I say this. We talked about this in the middle of November, and a lot of our members were able to capitalize on this move right here. But I don't think that this move is over yet. I think there's still more to come from Target. Now, why do I feel this way? Let's go ahead and draw a line right across the mid 80s, around 85 bucks. I'm going to go to a weekly chart so we can pan this all the way back so you really have the full picture. You go all the way back to 2015. That was your all-time high. Resistance again in 2016. Resistance again in 2018. Resistance again in 2019. Okay, here it is, this line right here. You guys can see this. Then you broke through it finally in 2019, and then you pulled back down to that level during COVID, and it became support. Then you dropped back down to that level in 2025, and it became support. And then now you guys can see here, again, this level acting as support. The other thing that I want you to take notice of is what's called a descending wedge. Descending wedges are trend reversal patterns. Okay, they happen at the bottom of downtrends. So here's your downtrend, here's your descending wedge, and that descending wedge is occurring and forming right on top of a massive support level. And I think that this is going to continue to move to the upside. I think you're going to break out of this descending wedge, and I think you're going to see Target work its way back up towards 100. Now, I do think it will take time for Target to make a move up to 100. I don't think that that's necessarily going to happen this week. It could, but I think that, it's not going to happen this week. Let's just be realistic about the ATR on this stock. It's not going to happen this week. But then what else we also see here, and this is why I also feel good about this, is you have this nice support level. Here it is. There's that level that I just had on my screen. Now I just went to a daily chart to kind of zoom in. You see how it looked like we broke that level and then immediately recovered it? This is what's called a false breakdown, liquidity grab, whatever you want to call it. It's a failed bearish move. And when you have a failed bearish move, a lot of times that turns into an extremely bullish setup. And I believe that that's what we have here on Target. And aside from that failed breakdown and immediate recovery, we have an inverse head and shoulders. Here's your left shoulder. Here's your right shoulder. Here's your head. Here is your neckline. So there is now your inverse head and shoulders. And what we are looking for from Target is a breakout of that neckline. And we are looking for Target to push up into the mid to high 90s. Okay. So the resistance level that we are going to look at, it is about $1 wide. It is 93 to 94. Okay. The neckline is around 93, 93 and a half. The 100-day moving average is 94. Okay. So call it 93, 93 and a half. That's your neckline. If you take that out, I think we have more upside. You've been holding support for the last week and a half, consolidating, forming this right shoulder. And while that's been taking place, you have been holding not only the 50-day moving average, but you're also holding now the 9 EMA. And it looks to me like we've got now a nice support level around 89.90, resistance at 93, 93 and a half. Take that out. I think the stock pushes to the 200-day, which currently sits up in around 97 and change. So that's going to be the target there. That's what we're looking for on Target. Guys, we got to welcome Jeffrey. Jeffrey just joined. Everybody welcome Jeffrey to the TTG family, guys. Jeffrey, welcome to True Trading Group, my brother. I look forward to trading with you, man. Everybody welcome Jeffrey. Guys, again, if you're not a member, send a text message with your name, your email, and the word START. I've got something real special for you guys. Text 1-888-621-2127. Phone number is right at the bottom of your screen. Again, I need your name, your email, and your and the word START. Text that to 1-888-621-2127, and you guys can get you'll hear the offer that I want to give you guys, something real special for those of you that are not members. All right, so Jeffrey, welcome to the family. All right, so that's Target, okay? That is Target. Next up, AMD. This is the stock that I'm going to look at for the potential short if the markets do give you a pullback. All right. And why am I doing that? Just a nice little resistance level at 225. Right, 225 is a real nice spot. It's really nice resistance. Sorry, guys, my nose I'm all stuffy. I'm all congested. You guys can see this little double bottom right here in October and then early November. Then you broke underneath it. You bounce back, and now it's acting as resistance. But what else is acting as resistance is this dark blue line. That's a 50-day moving average. So in the event that maybe you have a pullback after the Fed meeting, if it's a hawkish cut, I just think that you can get a little bit of a pull in here on AMD away from that 50-day moving average. You also have Broadcom earnings this week. If Broadcom's earnings are good, it's probably going to pull the rest of your semiconductors up with it. But if their earnings are a disappointment, if the stock does not react well to their earnings, I think their earnings are going to be good. Okay. But if they're not, then that would be another reason or a potential other catalyst that we can say, I'll look to short AMD in the event that if Broadcom's earnings are bad, I'm going to short AMD. If the Fed meeting becomes a buy the rumor, sell the news because of a hawkish cut, I'm going to short AMD. All right. So that's kind of if things go south, that's the one that I'm going to target. All right. And I'm not looking for much. Like I would just look for a pullback to like 208. You know, you don't want to go too far with this. You have a nice double bottom here at that 100-day moving average in the 190s, like 195. You have a nice double bottom right there. You don't want to, I wouldn't test too much with that. So like, I'm just looking for a little pullback there, and then it probably bounces again. But we can catch maybe a day or two of downside there. And I think that could be a nice day trade for us. Okay. So that would be kind of day trade only. All right. That's AMD. Next up, I just think we have to keep an eye on Tesla, man. I think we have to keep an eye on Tesla. And one of the main reasons why I want to keep an eye on Tesla is the MACD. Your MACD indicator, I just expanded it for you. Just a week and a half ago, experienced a signal line crossover. You had a downward or a negative signal line crossover that occurred in the very beginning of October. And now you just had an upward signal line crossover, which is a bullish crossover. And you also just had a zero line crossover. So not only did you get a signal line crossover, you got a zero line crossover. So you have some positive things that are setting up there on the MACD indicator there for Tesla. And when I sit here and I'm looking at this setup, I can't help but say you obviously have the double top at 470, which is obvious, right? We all see that. You don't have to be an experienced chart reader to see that. And what I'm thinking here is that this 50-day moving average has been solid. Look at every time you touch the 50-day, support, then you broke underneath it, resistance for 3 days. Now you broke above it. Any pullback on Tesla back into like the mid 440s, I think is buyable. And I think that the trade line crosses over and you get something on Tesla that looks like this. Any pullback on Tesla, okay, I think it's buyable. I think you get something that looks like this. I think you get something that looks like that. Stop loss will be down there in the mid 430s. And let's just try to ride the momentum that is the MACD. So I like the signals I'm getting there from the MACD. Then you have room there up to 470. You guys know Tesla. When Tesla has momentum, that thing really goes. And it's had a real nice breakout the last 2 weeks. Let's see if we can get a little bit more to the upside on Tesla. Now, the other two stocks I'm going to mention to you, one of them you guys have probably never heard me talk about before. Before we get to the last one, let's go over to United Health. United Health is another one that we're going to look at just to see if this pattern if this pattern triggers, I'm going to be all over it. We have an easy, probably $10 to $15 move on United Health. If the pattern I'm going to show you right now triggers. It has not triggered yet. So I'm not coming out of the gate tomorrow morning buying it. This pattern has to trigger first. Okay. So what is that pattern? It's another inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, right shoulder, head, neckline.
Yo, Mike,
Hey,
stop saying the word triggered for UNH, all right?
all right, so here's your neckline, right? Your neckline sits right above 340. But what else sits above 340? What else sits above 340? The 50-day moving average. Right? See that 50-day moving average, that dark blue line? If we get above that, I think the stock runs right to like the mid 350s. I think it runs right to the mid 350s. And now, why am I saying that? All right, well, let's just draw a line across the mid 350s, and we can all see, right, some structure here, some resistance. Then after that, you'll see some support. But then you have this yellow line. That's a 200-day moving average. And see how the 200-day moving average is working its way down. So you can run right into that. But you see how we're still in this shoulder. We really got to get through this. Get through this, and I think you have a real nice pop on United Health. So it's early, but it's a setup that I'm watching. And then I have an out-of-the-box idea that I haven't. This is more of a longer-term swing. It looks like we're going to have a really nasty winter from everything that I'm reading and everything that I'm seeing. And I'm looking at natural gas. I'm looking at the UNG, which is the natural gas ETF. And when I take a look at this, we have a couple things that kind of stand out. We have a double bottom. We have a rounded bottom. Right? We have a nice rounded bottom with the double bottom. And then you have this resistance level right here around 1575. So let me delete the rounded bottom. I don't want to, confuse anybody with all these lines. But if you look back, you see how this used to be support, then you broke underneath it, and then it became resistance. You just got above it. But what else is sitting there? The 200-day moving average. On a pullback on UNG into $16, I think it is a long. Your stop loss would be around $15. And I think this is a play that you can hold throughout the winter. I think the UNG is going to work its way back up maybe into the low 20s, but I'd say at least the high teens. And I think that this could be a play that we can maybe get into, and you can hold it for like a month, maybe even 2 months, and see if we get a nice move to the upside on UNG, on natural gas. Okay? So there we have it, guys. And that rounds out and that finishes out my top trade ideas to start off the week. We are, like I said, that's my list to start the week. Obviously, I'm going to add to it. I'm going to follow the TTG news feed. I'll talk to Mari, the AI. We'll come up with some more trade ideas tomorrow. I'll see what the news is. Futures are pushing higher right now. We are now up 0.12%, 0.11. So we are pushing a little bit higher from the open. And we are pushing up towards the session high right now as we speak. So, I like the idea of coming into the week still with a bullish mindset, but very aware of the potential of a double top and a pullback following the Fed meeting on Wednesday. So I've told you now, I've given you a lot of information here on this live. Not only the trade ideas that I'm having coming into the week, but I've also given you what am I listening to from Jerome Powell? What do I want to hear that's going to make me think the market's going to push towards new highs? What am I going to look for from Jerome Powell to make me feel like the markets are going to give us a pullback? We have to welcome Nazo. Naz or Nazo. Welcome to the TTG family, guys. Everybody welcome Naz. We got to welcome Samuel. Samuel, welcome to the True Trading Group family. So you got Nazo, you got Samuel. Welcome to the TTG fam, guys. Again, all you guys have to do, if you guys are not a member, I've got something special for you. Just send a text message with your name, your email, and the word start. If you do not do that, if you don't give us your name, email, and the word start, we're not going to be able to reply back to your text message. Okay? That gives us the permission to actually respond back to you. So just send that to the phone number you see at the bottom of your screen. Well, oh, Clementine, that's you. Clementine, you know what, man? That's fantastic. I saw you in the very beginning of the live stream too. So I'm glad you did decide to join True Trading Group. Welcome to the family. Guys, that's Clementine or Clementine right there. Kruszinski, welcome, man. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. All right. Anybody else, again, text that phone number you guys see down there at the bottom of the screen. And that wraps things up for me, guys. All right. So you guys have a plan for this week. You got job openings on Tuesday. That's going to be a big event. And then you have the Fed meeting on Wednesday, which is going to obviously be huge. I'll cover that live, obviously, with all of our members as we always do. Okay. So there you guys go. Hope you guys feel better prepared for the week. I like the setups. I think this is going to be a great week. I think this is going to be a week that we're going to make a lot of money. I'll see you guys all in chat. If you guys are not, have not done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, show some love, turn on your notifications, don't ever miss out on these lives. If you're not a member, send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. Your name, your email, and the word start. I got something real special for you. I'm not kidding. Send the text, see what it is. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think you're going to very much enjoy what I have for all of you. All right. And then if you love free stuff, go to news.ttg.ai. Check out the new True Trading Group news feed with AI integrated. It is free. News.ttg.ai. All right. Speeder, of course, man. You know it. You know I'll be there first, bright and early, Speeder. I'll see you tomorrow morning. All right. That goes for everybody else. I'll see my TTG fam. I'll see you guys in the morning. All right. Have a great night, folks. Take care, everybody. See you guys tomorrow.